The Electronic Entertainment Expo returned this year, and as per usual, it brought a ton of game teasers, announcements, and a lot more. Here are 8 of the coolest things that we saw during E3 2016. Number 1. Xbox Play Anywhere. I'm surprised that the announcement of Xbox Play Anywhere didn't make more of a splash, considering the fact that it's such a big deal. Xbox Play Anywhere will allow you to purchase an Xbox One game and enjoy it on Windows 10, or vice versa. This is somewhat similar to Sony's crossplay on the PlayStation 4/Vita. Thus far, Xbox Play Anywhere eligible games are Ark Survival Evolved, Dead Rising 4, Forza Horizon 3, Gears of War 4, Halo Wars 2, ReCore, Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, and State of Decay 2. Number 2. Skyrim Special Edition. Now, when most people think about the Elder Scrolls series, Skyrim is likely the first thing that comes to mind. These days, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim has seen great success, having sold millions of copies on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Windows. During E3, Bethesda announced that Skyrim Special Edition is in development for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Windows. Now, this version of Skyrim has remastered graphics, new special effects, and, excitingly enough, mod support for the console edition of the game. Yes, you can have posh mud crabs on your Xbox One. This isn't the first time that Bethesda has brought game mods to consoles. Fallout 4 supports similar features. While we're talking about Fallout 4, number 3 is Fallout 4 in virtual reality. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of news regarding virtual reality Fallout 4 during Bethesda's conference, except that this version of the game will be released sometime during the next 12 months for the HTC Vive. Though, knowing Bethesda, it'll probably come out a few months late and still launch with some bugs. Nonetheless, it is pretty exciting if it works out. Just imagine being totally immersed in the wasteland. That sounds pretty exciting and terrifying in itself. That wasn't the only VR announcement from Bethesda. They also announced that a virtual reality version of Doom is being released. There's no getting away from virtual reality today, because number 4 is the new Razer Virtual Reality headset. You might have some familiarity with Razer already. They're a hardware manufacturer and they're mostly known for their mice, keyboards, and occasionally laptops. However, during E3, they announced a second version of their virtual reality headset, the OSVR HDK 2, or, in English, the Open Source Virtual Reality Hacker Development Kit. This new version of the headset boasts an improved display running at 2160 by 1200 resolution, with support for games running at up to 90 frames per second. It also boasts what Razer is calling IQE, or Image Quality Enhancement, which reduces the screen door effect that results from having a screen so close to your face that you notice the space between pixels. What's more, this new version of the headset includes diopters for people who need glasses. It covers prescriptions from +4.5 to -2, a nice touch for accessibility and the comfort of the visually impaired, such as myself. Razer's VR efforts are interesting. Unlike Oculus VR's, they're more focused on open development and hacking. It's in the name. The HDK 2 will be available in July for $399, while the original HDK will remain available for $299. Bear in mind that these are development kits. They're meant for people who are making games. You can purchase one now, however you'll probably have the best experience if you wait for Razer to release a finished consumer version of the headset. Number 5. Sony's whole conference. Is it cheating to say that somebody's entire press conference was a highlight of E3? Probably. Here's the thing, though. Sony's conference was undoubtedly a highlight, a wonder unto itself. It opened with a full orchestra led by the legendary Bear McCreary, whose fantastic music has graced Battlestar Galactica and, more recently, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and this orchestra wasn't playing just any music. They were playing music from the upcoming God of War 4, which was then segued into with a gameplay demo. Then, what did we get? The Last Guardian. Not only did the new trailer unveil fresh gameplay footage, it also gave us a release date of October 25, 2016. As if that wasn't enough, Hideo Kojima, who has been making PlayStation games for nearly 20 years, came on stage to unveil a trailer for his next game, Death Stranding, which stars Norman Reedus. It's his first game since leaving behind Konami. Sony also unveiled a release date and price for PlayStation VR. October 13th, 2016, and $399. But wait, there's more! Sony also gave us a new Spider-Man game. That's right, folks, the new Spider-Man is in development by Insomniac Games, and it looks very, very cool.
Open your eyes.
Number 6. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo didn't have a whole lot of games to show off during their conference. Instead, they showed off a whole lot of one game, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Coming to the Nintendo NX and Wii U next year, it looks fantastic. It's a lot more open world than their previous games in the franchise, and it generally seems to offer players more freedom than we've seen before. Personally, I'm excited for it. This game has the potential to be the best in the Zelda franchise. Between the tremendously expanded and increasingly emergent gameplay and the gorgeous art style, I'm as good as sold on Breath of the Wild. Number 7. Mass Effect Andromeda. We still don't have a solid release date yet for Mass Effect Andromeda, but it looks very promising. In-depth storytelling combined with galactic exploration and colonization in the Andromeda Galaxy? Yes, please. During E3, we got a fresh look at the game, which stars a new character named Ryder. While I admit to having never played the Mass Effect games, the premise of legitimate role-playing combined with an expansive open galaxy, or at the very least, a few good planets, sounds like too good a deal to pass up. Mass Effect Andromeda is set to be released sometime next year for the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Number 8. Project Scorpio. Frankly, I thought that it was a mistake for Microsoft to unveil Project Scorpio during E3 2016, right in the wake of having revealed the Xbox One S. Sure, Scorpio is still a year and a half out, at least, but to reveal that they're creating a new, more powerful Xbox One after revealing the new, more powerful Xbox One? That's not smart. Still, Scorpio's announcement is an exciting one because it means that we could be looking at a big shift in the console market. We could be seeing tiers of hardware. Having different versions of a single console is nothing new. We've already seen it this generation with the new Nintendo 3DS. In case you're unfamiliar with it, the new Nintendo 3DS is a version of Nintendo's handheld console that features an extra little control nub and extra processing power, resulting in games loading faster on it, which is cool, and some games that only run on the new 3DS, which is nice for folks who own one, but absolutely awful for people who decided to support Nintendo during launch. This is something that Microsoft tried their hardest to assure us would not be a problem with Project Scorpio. Microsoft went out of their way to say, look, all the games for Scorpio and the Xbox One S and the Xbox One will work together. And I'm really hoping that they were telling the truth, because if they weren't, the Xbox game market's going to be a mess in a couple years. Don't people purchase game consoles to avoid worrying about configuration? Isn't it supposed to be a one-size-fits-all solution? Scorpio is throwing all that out the window. It could be very disruptive technology. Now, in case you didn't know what Scorpio is, don't worry, I'm not totally sure myself. All that's really known at this point is that it'll be a significantly more powerful version of the Xbox One, 6 teraflops baby, a version of the console that'll be ready for virtual reality and 4K gaming. Why this represents a paradigm shift is because generally, upgraded versions of consoles haven't been so radically changed. The big bump in power of Scorpio could bring versions of games that are significantly different between platforms. It's possible for developers to make a Scorpio version of an Xbox One game that's more robust than the version for the Xbox One and Xbox One S, and that's a big deal. What do you think? Was there anything from E3 that blew you away this year? Sound off below, or hit us up and follow at Blackman and Robin for all the latest game news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Follow me at Jordan_Cameron for my own views.